Hi, everybody.
Hello, everyone.
How are you, hon?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm very good. Nice to have you. I love having you on here. I love talking. We were just talking backstage, so to speak, and we could just go on forever, I think.
We can, can't we? We really can.
Yeah, we can. So, hi, Alice. Hi, Catnit. Hi, Sean. And, well, of course, there's Michelle right on there, too. Hi, everybody. I want to say thank you very much for the birthday bash. I felt it was a big success. I mean, we had a lot of people on.
Oh, yeah. I forgot I brought along my party hat.
Oh, look at that. Never too late to have a party.
I fell asleep. I didn't get a chance to wish him so. Happy birthday, Brendan.
Oh, that's sweet. And his CDs, these are like his legacy. Let's go. Hi, I don't recall. That's
I was so devastated I missed that.
Well, you know what? You have to sleep. What are you going to do?
Write to him and tell him. I'll write to him.
That's right. And I just wrote him another letter. Hey, there we go. I just finished it before this because I was like, oh my gosh, I better write him a letter. I was feeling bad. But Becca, I'm sorry to say, is not feeling well. So she couldn't be here tonight. Becca, we hope you feel better. Love you. Mwah. Sending love. And let me see. She's going to have the pumpkin carving thing on Facebook.
Be Brendan Brave.
Be Brendan Brave. That's this week's thing, right?
Yeah, I think she's giving everyone until November 1st to get in, just because it's a bit more of a bigger exercise.
Yeah. And I don't even carve pumpkins anymore, but I'm going to go out and buy one and carve it. Either that or paint
it. We don't really do that kind of stuff here, but I thought I'm a nail tech. I might jazz up my nails with pumpkins.
Ooh, there you go. That's cool. I've seen some really cool nail stuff done. Really cool. Yeah, I'm sure. Hi, Dark Side of the Moon. And let me see, what else is there? The upcoming.
The food event.
Yeah, the food event.
Food event is the Italian beef sandwiches on the 27th.
There you go. I was going to say sausage. I was going to say sausage again. I mean.
He said that he's really excited about it. I think he loves doing the food things with everyone and getting everyone's pictures.
Oh, yeah. And see, well, I think he loves the pictures and the color books that he's been getting.
I think he loves the interaction that he's doing it, we're doing it, yeah.
Right. So that's why I told him next time, I told him in his letter, I'm going to make him a word scramble. I used to make word scrambles, and I'm going to make him one and send it to him, and then he can send it back to me, so we can do something like that, I thought that would be a lot of fun because it's really easy to make one. Just take some graph paper and put letters in and, write the words different ways. It's not so, technical like they do, but you can see the words and you can do it. It's fun. I used to do it with people. So I thought, I want to do that with Brendan so I get interaction with him,
Exactly.
Yeah, because I'm not into the music. I told him I can't remember bands or their names of the songs. I can't. But I did send him that one by Frank Dunnery, I think it is. That one, I Can Change My World. I love that song. Eric loved it. Huh?
Oh, no, I did see that the other day.
Yeah. That's a really good song. So I told him I really like that song and dedicated to him for his birthday song.
I came across one yesterday or the day before called Rescue by, I think it's Laura Nagel or someone. And I swear that could have been written for him.
Oh, gosh, you'll have to, I don't know, put it in Discord or something.
I tweeted it, but yeah, I'll put it in Discord.
Yeah, that'd be great. By the way, everybody, join the Discord, Brendan Talks. It's really filled with everything. Now we got Tracy's stuff in there for 6th hour and all the stuff she's doing. We got you a room for what you do, and we're getting things in there. It's filled. I mean, Becca did a beautiful job.
There's a lot of information in there. It's fantastic.
Yeah. And it's everything, Brendan. So I encourage you to all join it because we'd love to see you in there. And it just shows a lot of support for Brendan. And thank you, everybody, for supporting Brendan. We feel the love. You know what I mean? So anyway.
It's been amazing lately with the billboards.
Oh, yeah. That's great. Like I said, pressure and awareness. That's what we need. Now there's more.
4 billboards now, yeah.
Yep. They're going to get seen a lot. Yep, I'm
very happy. Said they get about 50,000 views a day.
Yeah, that's great. Because you were saying, and I'm going to kind of jump on that, is that you were tweeting or on anything that Governor Evers was doing. So
Yes.
encourage that, because I was doing it too.
I keep saying it's really important, and I think people think it's not because, you know, I always get told he doesn't see it, he's not running social medias. I'm not stupid, I'm well aware of that. But the point is not necessarily to get to Governor Evers, but to get to the people of Wisconsin. And I always will get people comment to me, this isn't relevant, take this somewhere else. But, you know, immediately reply with, we don't have the luxury of waiting for Governor Evers to post on social media about wrongful conviction. So I have to do it wherever I can. And then the conversation flows and starts. And sometimes it's not very nice, but I always have to pull back. No language, no aggressiveness. But
for Dassey.
It doesn't work in my accent, but yes. But yeah, I've had discussions with a good 5 people, I would say, that I believe have gone away and thought about it and changed their mind.
That's great.
That's what I was saying to you, that the problem is people in Wisconsin are sheltered from the truth.
Right.
And I think it's up to us to educate them.
That's right.
And they're the ones that can really make some change.
Oh, totally agree. I totally agree. I think, like Jinxie said, I'm going to call her out on this. We should be at Calumet County in front of, you know, where Wiegert is a sheriff, and pressure and awareness. You know, I mean, you need it. You need to hit the right spots. Manitowoc is a great rally, and I love it. And that's great for Steve. But for Brendan, we really need to hit the spots where it's going to count. Wiegert's office, you know, the sheriff's office.
Yeah, make him feel uncomfortable.
Yeah, make them feel uncomfortable. So I think at this point, it's pressure and awareness. Awareness and pressure. That's what the 2 things that I think are going to work. You know what I mean? Keep telling people and keep pressuring them, you know, with these billboards. And
keep Brendan's name present always.
Yep. Say his name. Say his name. Say his name to anything in Wisconsin. Say it. Yeah, hook onto the milk commercials there, or the news commercial, you know, tweets or whatever. Just hook on it. You know what I mean? And get the awareness through that, because I was doing that too. Anything that said Governor Evers, Josh Call, any of that stuff, I'm putting something on there, whether it be hashtag free Brendan Dassey or, you know, anything. Just say his name.
Yep. And I always try to link bringbrendanhome.org, because it brings his picture up more than anything, but it also allows people to click on that link if they so choose. But basically, I just like that it in the feed, it stands out. Yep.
And everything they can see about it, like 4 new billboards, fantastic. I mean, that's big and in your face when you're traveling back and forth to work. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
Or through Wisconsin.
And to think that 15 years on, you know, you're driving down the road and you just see Brendan's face pop up and you're like, what?
Yeah, what is this about? Yeah. Exactly. Because there's a lot of people that might not have seen Making a Murderer, or just don't want to deal with anything that has to do with criminal behavior or wrongful convictions, or, you know, they just don't have time for it. They have other things on in their life and they don't choose it. Once they see it, though, you can't help but be a part of it.
My daughter actually said it ourselves, that, you know, if I'm sitting there watching the news and it comes up and they say these people murdered, you know, this girl, you tend to believe that because you think your news sources are, you know, have integrity. But it's not always the case that they have all the facts either. So I don't necessarily blame people from Wisconsin in their stance on it. But when they start becoming open to the conversation, that shows me that, you know, they're people of, you know, some worth, and, you know, they might, you know, be a bit more open to reading a bit more. And so I just link as much as I can.
Right. You link, and like, I haven't thought about linking. I've been doing, you know, just started. I was wondering if am I going to get in trouble for tweeting on this thing? You know, I mean, I don't know how Twitter really works, although I have a great Twitter feed with people, you know what I'm saying?
Sometimes you get the trolls.
Yeah. But you know what? I can handle them like I've never had a troll before. Let's get real.
I just provide the facts, and, you know, they can keep coming back with nasty things, and I just ignore that and keep thinking of Brendan constantly and correct all their wrongs.
Right.
I was
Most of
just
them are
saying to you
misinformed.
backstage.
They're
Someone
misinformed.
linked an article from a psychologist back in 2016 on Brendan, and it was all about how his confession stood. And I was just like, none of this has taken into consideration his speech language deficiency. So the whole article for me is BS. This is what you need to be reading, and I linked Under the Hood because that explains it all.
Yep. He has a language deficit is what it is. And I mean, I hear people say he's slow or he's, you know, whatever. He has a language deficit. He doesn't.
Yeah, it really bugs me when people say he's dumb. He's not at all.
Yeah, it's not his verbiage. It's too many filler words. That was what
the processing of too many words, or
processing of too many words. Exactly.
I said to my sister, to my daughter, yesterday, do you think it's unusual for someone to not understand what was it that they said to him, that he was inconsistent? I said, do you think it's unusual for someone to not understand the word inconsistent? And she was thinking about it for a minute, and she said, no, not someone with deficiencies.
But his mother too did not know.
No, she didn't.
So she may suffer from the same thing. We don't know, you know, but you know, you're not diagnosed with some of that stuff. Luckily, Brendan did have help in school. So there was, you know, they had somebody. When I found that out, that was like the real big eye opener for me, is when I found out that Brendan had to have somebody next to him to explain what the teacher was saying because he didn't get it. And I have to think back at my daughter who had the same thing. She wasn't understanding the instructions, you know. So once the teacher, thank heaven for that teacher, seen that, she was able to pass that on and for Christina in her records, in her IEP, you know what I mean? So it made it easier for her. But I didn't, you know, it didn't click with me. I was like, wow, when I heard that, and that was before I knew about Under the Hood too, you know, I mean, I heard that and I was like, wow, that really, you know, and then you get Under the Hood. That is your Bible, you say.
The thing that I always said too is that I knew Brendan's confession was wrong, but I could never relay to people what it exactly was. And to have Under the Hood, you know, by professionals who know exactly what they're talking about, just explain in such detail, like that it's just so obvious. So I was so happy that came out, because then I could say to people, you know, XYZ, this is why. Right.
This is why. And here's somebody that can explain it to you, you know, and then you can link that to them. You know, I think I'll link that to all this stuff, because if they look at the confession, they, you know, to some people, it would be Brendan saying words, you know what I mean? But if they knew that about Brendan and then they watched it.
If you understand the deficiency, then you understand the confession.
Right. Yeah. Exactly. There is a clear understanding there if you take the time to look at it.
It's not hard to read. It's long, sure, but you know, the interrogation was long. So it's not hard to read. It's easy to understand as well.
Right. It is. It is.
Done a great job of it.
Yeah. So I think everybody, you know, jump on that retagging or getting anything that's at governor, at the DC, at anything Wisconsin.
It's just a lot of people always, and I particularly do feel like I, you know, can't do enough. I don't know if I do enough all the time. And it's, you know, when you think you can't do a lot, I'm in Australia, there's not a lot I can do from another country, particularly at the moment. But all these little things do matter. They all
they do. Just like Stacy says, it all matters. See, you know, that was my discussion with Stacy about that. Every little thing matters, I said, and then he went and did that. You know what I mean?
More people are in there doing it. Like I had someone say to me once, oh, well, where are all your friends? There's no one else here. It's just you. And I was like, damn it. He's right. Where is everyone? So I just think the more of us that are in there, like you said, you just keep saying Brendan's name and you put it in the faces of people in Wisconsin constantly. Right.
It is awareness for the people there, and it's pressure on the government, on the state. That's exactly what we need. And the more people that just take the time when they're scrolling through their tweet, you know, their Twitter page,
It's why we do
governor too.
as
He's
well.
talking about farmers. Who cares? I mean, who cares if he's talking about farmers? # free Brendan, # do the right thing, # Governor Evers, you have the power. Anything you like, just do it. Just say his name.
And I just have to say too, in one of those chats on one of those feeds, a guy was telling me that they're petitioning to recall Governor Evers because of the way he's handling COVID, which I think he's handling in the right way. So, make of that what you will. But I think it's important, and I think that's why Tracy's putting more pressure on with the email zaps. If that so happens, where are we left with Brendan? We don't know. So much more pressure has to be put on Governor Evers at the moment.
Yeah, because he can do it now while he's in office. And if like I said, he might think it's political suicide, or his group of advisors or whatever's working under him might think it's political suicide. But actually, it's just really doing the right. It's making a change that people are going to see as moving forward, looking at things for their merit. Like, he is completely innocent. If you look at everything there is about Brendan, there's absolutely no way you cannot see that he's not innocent. You know what I mean? He's innocent. So look at that. I mean,
the mere fact that he was a juvenile when this happened should mean that Governor Evers should, at the very minimum, look at his petition.
Yeah, but they say because of the sex charge, which is nothing. It's not there. It shouldn't even be. His guidelines should not fit Brendan. He should just be looking at Brendan, because the guidelines don't fit Brendan. There's absolutely
they don't even need to anyway. He can make that.
Yeah, he can make it. He's got the power. He's the only one that has the power right now. And I just watched a thing where Amanda Knox was talking about Brendan's case in September to that reporter that did a lot of Making a Murderer, the guy with the the kind of nice hair, and he was tall and thin. I don't know his name, but he wasn't really he wasn't like no Amy, you know what I mean? So I kind of thought he was fair, at least in his reporting, is what he was getting. But he interviewed Amanda Knox, and she said the same thing. Their confessions are left. There's no justice. They don't look at a confession the same way they look at evidence things, and there's no way of fighting it. So it's up to the governors. They have the power, and they have to be willing to look at as individual cases. Now, what Governor Evers has put, let people out, they've already been out. They've been out 25 years. So they want a fishing license or something. So he gives them, clemency. It's ridiculous. I mean, let's talk about somebody who's sitting there for the wrong reasons completely all these years, and do something about that. That is something to be commendable, something to leave on to the next governor to be able to do that too, because there's not
always tweet him that. What legacy do you want to leave behind? History has its eyes on you.
Yeah. Oh, that I love that.
I bloody love it.
I love that. History has its eyes on you, because my Twitter thing is history speaks to me, because it really does. If you look at history, you'll learn a lot for the future and what's going on. So,
people come and go from this position, but what are you going to leave behind? Because at the moment, there's no legacy.
Right. Exactly. Only way to get Brendan out is to get Steve out. Well, even if they do, they might not let Brendan out, because Ryan Ferguson got let out, and Charlie is still in prison, because this is his words. Words don't. There's no really way, like Amanda Knox does, no way to really fight that. It's just, thank you, EDPA and Clinton and Marvelous. Yeah. I get mad. We were just talking about that too. So, the only thing is the governor.
I was telling Linda backstage, everyone, I was trying to prepare a little bit yesterday for today, and just taking some notes on some things, and I just got so angry again. And one thing that popped up was how Brendan's confession was at pre-trial, and I just could not believe. It just came back to me all again, and I just couldn't believe it. So, I ended up not taking many notes at all and wasn't very organised, and it got me thinking about Eric Jose again, and I was a mess yesterday.
Yeah, I mean, I get that way too. Like I was saying, I always think back to that part where Brendan was in court asking for a new lawyer, and they said, when he said, well, he thinks I'm guilty, I thought, well, that's good enough. You should get a new lawyer for that because he's supposed to be working for you. And anybody else, they would see that. The kid is uncomfortable saying in front of this guy, I don't want you, because he doesn't want to hurt his feelings. You know what I mean? And the guy likes cats. So he's like, well, he might not be that bad, but he just thinks I'm guilty. Well, that destroys sticks in my head. He thinks he's guilty, but the guy says, well, I don't see no conflict.
He can still represent you. Yeah, no.
How can you have somebody represent you that thinks you're guilty? I wouldn't want one. I definitely wouldn't want one. And I think
the thing that got me about pretrial too and the confession being suppressed was the lawyer Brendan had then was not Kaczynski. It was someone that was related to
second or third cousin to Teresa or something. And
that's a conflict of interest.
Yeah, that's the only conflict of interest they ever seen in this case, either or. In Brendan's,
but it was done after the fact, after the confession was suppressed. So,
I mean, what I seen a million conflicts of interest in this,
and that was the only one they picked up.
But that's the only one against. I mean, wow. Oh, like you said, the domino. Boom, 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 boom for Brendan all the way down. It started here
after kick after kick.
Yeah, and it was like there was nobody there for Brendan. Brendan's family couldn't be there for him. Legally, they don't know nothing. They're going by who knows what fear and everything else that was happening to him. I have no idea. I can't even pretend to know. But then
Oh, I think she's frozen.
Yeah. Did I have this? Did I have a bad freeze face?
Make faces as you freeze.
Yeah. I said to everybody, I'll try to make a good freeze face. But here at Linda Low Budget Productions, we do. That's the way it is. Brendan would understand.
He would.
Yeah, that's all that matters too. So exactly. Well, hello, Michelle Moore. Glad to see you. And Graham Moss. And let me see. Just Rhonda, Darkside, and Mose, and Wanda Howard. And I don't recall. Thank you very much for joining. Yeah, LBLP. Linda Budget. Linda Low. No, it's LL. Linda Low Budget Productions. It's LLPP. Yeah. Yeah, Katnick got it. Well, that's that Superman anyway. She's that way. So, is there anything that you wanted to say, especially, well, whatever. This is Brendan's thing. So just
keep writing. Keep writing to Brendan. Keep him positive. Keep him happy. I just sent off a Halloween card.
Yeah.
If everyone wants to do that. Flood his mail again with cards.
Yeah. I'm going to do a Halloween face next week with Alice. So hint, Alice. And I think Becca's going to do that too. So I've been looking at YouTube things and seeing what I'm going to be. Not quite sure, but I'm sure it's going to say Free Brendan Dassey across it somewhere along the line, whether it be behind me or on my face or somewhere. I'm going to definitely have to have a hashtag be, Free Brendan. It's just the way it is. And I've noticed this, that there's some of my other social media that I can start doing. And Jane, Sharper Than a Pencil, has given me that idea. She's on TikTok. And, I'm on there too. And I think I could be just even putting,
Listen, I laughed at the day I said to my daughter I was on TikTok. So I haven't been back on it since.
I only got 2 things on there, but my daughter's really good. She does this, all that stuff, the hand stuff and all this kind of stuff. My daughter is excellent at that stuff. But I've been looking at Jane, and she does free. She's going to be a cop this year just so she can go let out Brendan Dassey. Some of the stuff's pretty cool. There's other ways of, getting out to Brendan too.
Oh
Like,
yeah, there's so
when I'm
many.
decorating this Halloween, I did it last year too, and I should have took a picture, but I didn't do it until the last minute. But I put a green light out, and then I had Free Brendan Dassey in my mummy's hands. You know, the doctor had his
That's good.
a thing that said Free Brendan Dassey with the green light, you know, or orange light, because they're both Brendan's colors. So, you know, I mean, there's other ways. I noticed in this area on wrongful conviction day, they leave their lights on, and they're I don't know what color, but they leave their lights on. Everybody, and these people, it's darker than it's, you know, dark. Nobody leaves their lights on.
Yeah.
But on wrongful conviction day, there's a lot of lights that are lit up here. And I went and asked the neighbor, did you notice there was a lot of lights here? And they go, yeah, that's for wrongful conviction. And I was like, that's great. This is an old folks community. So somebody must be somewhere a supporter of something here, you know, for that to happen.
Spreading the word. Yeah.
It's so, yep, I love that. So you can do whatever. You can put a sign on your car. You can write it in your back window. You know what I mean? Just do something. Say his name.
I can't wait to get my mask and wear that out.
I you know, I love Becca. So I want Becca to make me one. Trying to pressure her into making me one of them, because that's a cool mask. I mean, you know, everybody check out Becca's Etsy too, because everything goes to Brendan, and she's got some great stuff in there. You know, I mean, me, I'm just like, she goes, oh, just Linda, just start selling your stuff. You're right. I got tons of it.
It's beautiful.
Yeah, I got tons and tons of it. So, you know,
I will eventually own one of yours.
I'll send you one. You just can pick it out. You know?
I am paying for it though.
You can send it right to Brendan, just like I told Becca. You can just send it right to Becca, or I mean to Brendan. It wouldn't, you know what I mean? Don't bother to pay. Why would I want to be the third party? Send it right to him. I'll send it to you, and you send the money to him. I don't care.
I've just commissioned for her to do one for me, and she's doing that, so I can't wait to get that one.
And I got to see it, and it's really good. So
I saw a sketch of it.
Huh?
I saw a sketch of it.
Yeah, I think she's great. I just love her drive, and I told her she makes me a better person. You know, she does.
She makes me want to do more.
Yeah, she does a lot. So everybody, don't forget, be Brendan Brave, and the pumpkin carving thing is this week.
And the beef sandwiches on the 27th.
Yep, the beef sandwich. And you say Brendan really likes them. He looks forward to them.
He does. He put a note with Becca's to say that he's so excited about it, and yeah, I think he just likes feeling like he's connected.
Right. Yeah, and I love the fact that he has something to say about this channel, you know, and
yeah, me too.
Yeah. Oh, and I really am. I was so excited, and I gotta say it again, to see that Drizzen tweeted about his channel, about this channel, and come here, and I was just proud, and so was Becca. We were like, because they don't, you know, his lawyers really don't do a lot with supporters. You know what I mean? They're kind of.
I think they're just cautious of, you know.
Yeah, that's what I mean. So I felt very honored to have him do that. You know.
Yeah.
I really did, and so I hope we made Brendan happy on that. I think it was a success, you know, and it was only the first one, so you know.
I wanted to mention too, Laura Nyrider's tweet about the
yes, I was reading up to it. So yes, say it. Go right ahead.
Beautiful.
It is. It
He's
is.
doing such a good job with that.
And Brendan, you know how he feels about helping people and curing illnesses and all this, and to be a part of that, wonderful. But go ahead, explain to everybody in case they don't know.
And the donation in his name. Someone in Canada had donated to a children's hospital $36,000, I think it was. Yep. Incredible, absolutely incredible.
Right. Okay.
I was so thrilled to see that. It brought tears to my eyes. But yeah, he's also been making this jewelry too. So go and check out her tweets because you'll find them in there. But yeah, amazing. Look what he can inspire.
Yes, exactly. He inspires a lot. Which brings me to you and your 100K walk. So everybody, there is a link in the description and I will let you explain that too. Go ahead and explain what you're doing.
For mental health awareness. So just trying to raise
because of
doing what I can. And I have a few autoimmune diseases, so 100 Ks for me is a challenge. Might not be to some people, but I think I've got about 7 Ks to go. So I think I'm about 92 kilometres for the month, which is amazing.
It is. It's amazing. Bravo to you. I know what the health challenges are. And believe me, I couldn't do it. So I am so proud of you for doing that. And everybody, let's get her up to her goal, which she is almost there. She is $385 or something, and her goal is $500. And I know with the supporters here, and it's for a good reason.
If you do donate, and I so much appreciate if you do, do that. Put that in Brendan's name too, because I would love to see that come up.
Yeah, great idea. Fantastic.
Yeah.
Do it for Brendan, because he supports his supporters and we support him. And
I'm in the middle of writing a letter to him to tell him too. So he'll know all about it as well.
Great. That's fantastic. I think that's wonderful. So there's a link down there in the description, and please donate if you can. I know Michelle would appreciate it very much. And
it doesn't any amount,
Yeah, hats off to you for doing it, because I know your reasons for doing it, more health awareness, which is great. And I know it came from something that was a recent event, and I think that's even more powerful. So I stand behind you 100%. So it's wonderful. Yeah. And well, of course, you are a great supporter of Brendan. There's just absolutely no doubt about it. I wish I could do as much as what you guys seem to do. I just don't feel I do enough. Just like
I think we all feel that way. I think that's quite common. We all feel like we're not doing enough, and we just want to try and get him out. And
if I could, I'd go break him out too. I'm with Jane. Put on his sheriff's uniform and bust him out.
Just on donating too, with Brendan's billboards. I know Tracy Keogh is raising money to do more. So they've now got 4 up, which is fantastic. But if you want to donate to that too, she's got links on the Facebook page, Justice and Freedom for Brendan Dassey, I think it is.
I got that. There's a link in the description for, I think, every single thing there is for Brendan. I didn't put your tweet or your tweeter, your Twitter account in, but I should have. But you can also, look at that. I don't even have to say it. Just Rhonda does it before it even comes out of my mouth. Thank you so much. She's on top of it. I have great mods. I just really, really do. So yeah, follow Tracy. So I think I have pretty much all of the needs down in the description below. Try to make sure I do. There's also my best crew, the community that I love is Foul Play, and that Discord is down there. Please join that, and join Brendan Talks Discord where there's everything Brendan. Anything you need to know, you can
find in there.
Quiet.
Yep,
I froze it. I told you you're gonna have to put up with this, and it's usually the same time every time.
My biggest fear is just left hanging here.
I know, and Becca, she's gotten really good. She'll just roll with it. Yeah, you know what I mean? She just keeps on going. She don't even notice I'm gone anymore. But I know you're like me. We get anxious and we're like, oh, what do I say? I'm by myself. You think I would have that. You'd think I would not have that anxiety anymore because I've been on here for so long. But believe me, I do. I couldn't do it by myself. If I didn't have somebody right there talking with me, you wouldn't see me on here. I couldn't do it by myself.
That's why I was sitting there having so much appreciation and feeling that real big void that Eric Jose has left.
Yeah.
He did such a great job of that.
He did. I think he'd be really, really proud of Brendan Talks. And
I think he'd love it.
Yeah, he would love it. And I couldn't have a better, co-host or a host, with Becca. She's just so Brendan, and she's just so sweet. And all Brendan's supporters he's got the best supporters. He really does. All of you guys out there that support him and do this, my mods, thank you so very much. The chatters, thank you so very much for coming here and making this a success and listening to us pretty much repeat ourselves every week, but you know, I don't want to talk about the bad things, just a little bit, not a lot, you know, because this is kind of like something for Brendan to look back on and go, geez, you know, I had all these supporters, you know, that are doing this, and this is their opinion. And that's kind of what we want to leave for him. So I think, yep. And next week we have Alice Irvine.
Yay.
He's going to be on here, her and her beautiful pink hair. So me and her could talk forever too. That's really good that I can just talk to you guys so easily too, you know.
I love hearing from new people. I love putting faces to names, hearing why people got pulled into this. And so I think it's fantastic.
Yep.
The more people that want to be involved is good.
Yep. And that just, you know, hey, hit us up. You want to come on? Because now we're looking for some more, because we like to have, like we had 3 weeks in advance. I'd like another 3 weeks in advance with some supporters. So, you know, just come on in and just do like this with me and Becca normally, you know, but poor Becca. I hope you feel better, dear.
Yeah, feel better, Becca.
Yes, feel better. So is there anything else that you'd like to talk about?
Nope, covered it all.
Cover your list? Because I know sometimes we go on and we don't cover it all. So
I've got ticks on everything.
Good. Oh, good. I feel accomplished tonight then. And I thought I was going to be a blubber and fool. My mind is not working with my jaw, you know.
Mine's been terrible lately.
Yeah, it has. The weather here, I think, has a lot to do with mine. My body aches are bad. but
I think we're still in lockdown.
Yeah, well,
it's not great here in Victoria, Australia, but hopefully it's starting to get back to some normality soon. So,
but I'd love to be in Australia. I would love to. And like I say to Jane all the time, you'd never get rid of me if I was there. I'd be your shadow, because you know what I mean? I just talk.
I love where we live too. I do. And I know Brendan, I only just recently learned actually that Australia is one of the places he really wants to see.
Oh, good.
So he has a lot of Aussie supporters. So
yeah, you'll be
would definitely get him here.
Open your house next, and you know, yeah. All this YouTube money that I make, you know, maybe I'll still have that European travel for everybody.
No, I see him one day coming here.
Yes, I'm sure he will. You know, Brendan is going to be out doing what he wants to do and enjoying life. And I can't wait to see that, to see pictures of it, to anything. You know, I would love to be there when he gets out and be at that big party, which I probably will be. But, you know, I
couldn't hold me back. I'll be there.
Anything freedom with him, just sitting there watching TV and playing a game would be like the best thing to see. Just anything. You know, him ordering a drink from a drive-through would be great.
Him holding a koala bear.
Oh, that'd be cool.
Him at the beach.
Yeah.
So many things.
Yeah, enjoying whatever he wants to do. You know what I mean? The world belongs to him.
Rather than later. He's still at an age where he can make a life for himself. So I hope that it's.
Oh, yeah. Yep, I do too. All right. So with that, I'm going to say thank you so much. You're a wonderful gift. You are a good guest. You always are. And thank you, everybody who's been here and who supports Brendan. We love it. Join everything. Write him. Do whatever you feel you can do. Bring awareness and pressure to Wisconsin.
Send cards all the time to Brendan.
Yep. Send him some cards.
If you're thinking of him, he loves the cards.
Yep. Put a hashtag on your car, free Brendan Dassey. Write it in the dirt, write it in the snow. Who knows? You know, do whatever you can. Write it on the beach. You know, whatever it is. Join us next week for Alice, and hopefully Becca will be back. Thank you, my mods, very much for doing everything that you do here. I appreciate you so very much, and I appreciate all of you chatters. And thanks, honey. I love you. And we'll see you soon.